Hi, Federica.
Hello.
You're the head marine biologist
At Soneva Fushi, resident marine biologist at Soneva Fushi.
The marine experience here is one of the major attractions to people coming to this resort. Yes?
Indeed.
Describe what they are.
Okay. People come here to the Maldives, of course, because there are small islands in the middle of the ocean, tiny sandy patches with beautiful palm fronds, and very, very sunny, but they also come because of the sea, clearly. The sea is one of the most rich of the world, coral reef, which is of course threatened, but it still is super rich with fish and corals of a lot of different species, thousands of species of fish and hundreds of different species of corals. Every time that anyone puts his mask and just jumps in the ocean, he would make an encounter, regardless of where you are. It can be a small animal, it can be a massive animal such as a Manta Ray, or a tiny bit of plankton, but every time that you put your mask and you get in the water, there will be an encounter.
You're famous for the Manta Ray in these waters.
Exactly, we are famous, we are close to Hanifaru Bay. Hanifaru Bay is one of the most famous worldwide spot for encountering Manta Rays. They come here at times of the year, so generally between June and November. The southwestern monsoon, so the southwestern wind, brings the plankton in this part of the atoll, and together with the plankton come the Manta Ray. Wherever there is plankton, Manta Rays will be. So Manta Rays are these massive animals. We call them the gentle giants. They go to 3.5-4 meters in wingspan, so from wingtip to wingtip, but they're totally harmless. They aggregate in Hanifaru Bay because of the shape of the bay, plankton gets trapped inside. And just, for example, 2 days ago, we were in the water and we had probably hundreds of Manta Rays. It was, of course, one of those special days, but very, very often these encounters are made by our guests. Totally harmless animals and super incredible. One of the reasons why I've still been here for 5 years.
This whole talk of climate change and rising seas affecting marine life and such, has there been much of that impact around here?
So when people ask me questions about conservation and how can we protect the environment, I always say conservation starts with education. We need to be aware that whatever we are doing in our countries, even if they're very far away from, for example, the Maldives are such a fragile environment that they can get impacted by the decisions made by others. So Maldives being so low on the water level and being surrounded by reefs, which are fragile ecosystems, of course are under threat. We have recently heard about El Niño, which with its warm water has hit the coast of Australia, killing a vast majority of the corals, and we have seen this happening in the Maldives as well. A lot of the corals between May and June, they started suffering, and few of them, they clearly died. El Niño, or a bleaching event, it's a reversible event. This year some of the corals died. Reversible because if the whole population doesn't get wiped out, there is still hope for a new population to come up. El Niño doesn't happen every year, so even if in the following months, the months following a bleaching event, the corals look a little suffering, there is always hope for the corals to recover in a longer period.
This island that Soneva Fushi's on is within the atoll that is recognized by UNESCO's biosphere.
Exactly.
I mean, it is a UNESCO biosphere. Why? Why this atoll versus any other?
So I guess that one of the main reasons why this atoll gained attraction is Hanifaru Bay, the place that we have just been speaking about. People realized that Hanifaru Bay was under human pressure, human threat. It's an attraction known worldwide. It needed protection. Protection came together with the commitment of resorts, which started working together, local islands, to recognize how important this place was. And clearly the fact that business and local people, they sat together and they started talking about environmental issues, and they showed that they were interested in the sustainability of the atoll, showed UNESCO the importance of protecting such a community. Having resort meetings in an atoll, which is something that is common for us, it's not common to all the atolls. Working together with the local community happens in all the island, but Baa Atoll works in a structured way. We resort talk to each other, work with the local island, and try to help each of the local island within Baa Atoll. There are places not only Hanifaru Bay which are very important for mangroves or for example for frigate birds. There are frigate birds are rare in the Maldives, and we have places in Baa Atoll where they do come and rest. So there are a lot of the areas within Baa Atoll that needed immediate attention before the tourist pressure became too high to properly manage them. So that's one of the reasons why this was chosen.
Thank you, Federica.
Welcome.